Welcome to vidIQ Point Counterpoint, where Rob Wilson says something and then I argue against it. Rob, what is your point today?
All right, Travis, I didn't think I'd be saying this even a year ago, but everyone should be making YouTube Shorts.
That's terrible. Not everyone should make YouTube Shorts. Why would you even say that? What's your point on this?
Well, I think there's two simple reasons right off of the bat. It's the lowest barrier to entry to get onto YouTube. You could start a channel and within 10 minutes have your first YouTube short on the platform. And even, 4 years later now, 5 years later, I think, is an incredible opportunity for discovery. There are so many people consuming shorts, like tens of billions every single day, and you just can't ignore that as a creator, right?
Well, my counterpoint's super simple on this, Rob. First of all, that's a terrible piece of advice. And as smart as you are, you should know better. Shorts are only for people who really can create shorts, and not everyone has the skill to do that. You have to tell an amazingly interesting story in a very short amount of time. Some of us just like to sit back, relax, and breathe through our content and not try to rush through everything. I don't want to make a YouTube short just because it's the cool thing to do and I'm going to get tons of views. Why do you think it's so important for a channel to use YouTube Shorts?
Nah, you've fallen right into my trap. You just said not everybody has the skills to create shorts. Well, when you started your YouTube channel 10 to 15 years ago, you didn't have the skills to make long form content. Some would argue you don't now. The point I'm trying to get to here is short form content is simply a different creative discipline. It is a new muscle that you need to work on to build up reps. And it's not necessarily to create a YouTube Shorts channel. What I think you gain from learning how to make shorts is to create content at a different pace. And that can be really valuable even in long form content when, true, you can let a long form piece of content breathe, but there also needs to be different speeds and flows and cadence where you allow it to just slow down a little bit. But then there are also moments of high octane, intense action in a video, and understanding how to tell stories really quickly or to pitch a scene in a few seconds rather than a few minutes can, I think, have a real benefit to long-form content as well.
I mean, I guess I get that. But ultimately, for me, I like telling a story. And while you can definitely tell a great story in YouTube Shorts, I just feel so rushed when I do it. Personally, I like to take time. So for example, I do the podcast here on vidIQ, and I love taking time to talk to people and kind of understanding what they're all about. And that takes time. That means I don't want to rush you through any of your points and try to rush through an answer for you. I want to take my time. YouTube Shorts are great for getting those numbers to be boosted really high, really fast. And on the podcast channel, yeah, sure, we do YouTube Shorts as well, but the reason we do them is because we take little segments out of a much larger podcast, and that part isn't rushed at all. It's just contextual for the question that was asked. And again, I guess shorts are okay, and some people are actually just straight up shorts creators, and props to them because they are doing amazing work and getting tons of views. But not everyone needs to do that, and I think having people feel like they need to do YouTube Shorts is probably bad advice. So far, the score is 1-0. I'm winning. Rob, what's your next counterpoint about this? I know you don't have one. I'm so smart. And I have 2 camera angles. Make that 3.
All right, I'll see your third camera angle and raise you my 3D printer. Look, the undeniable fact, whether you love them or you hate them, YouTube Shorts, short form content in general, is now here to stay. And it is fiercely competing with long form content for people's attention at this point, especially for the lower demographic. And I think to just completely ignore short form content is to be in the same position as TV networks ignoring YouTube 20 years ago, and look how that's turned out. And that could be the same thing that happens to long form creators if people continue to migrate over to short form content, whether it be on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere else in the future.
Yeah, I also understand that, Rob, but I think at the end of the day, what I enjoy most about long form content is it's like a conversation. It feels like someone's in the room with you, talking you through things, which is another reason why I like live streams. Kind of the same thing as long form, where it's even longer and you can vibe with your audience, and enjoy and engage with them. In my mind, shorts, while absolutely great for some creators, actually bypass that. It's so disposable. Like, I just saw you for 10 seconds and now I'm done with you. Whereas if you watch me for 5 minutes, we're gonna be best friends. Everyone who's watching right now, we're best friends, right? Please be my friend.
Let me put it in simple terms. Adapt or die. I was not fiercely resistant to shorts when they first came onto a platform, but I wasn't interested in them. But over time, I've come to appreciate that there is an enormous audience for watching that type of content. And there is no future where I stop live streaming or making long form pieces of content, but adding that additional skill of being able to capture somebody's attention instantly and tell better stories in a fraction of a time gives me extra skills and gifts that I can apply to all of my content, not just YouTube shorts. So even if you're experimenting with the idea and you don't upload any of those videos as shorts, at least you can say that you're appreciating the future of video content. And that also extends itself to, there's that scary word in the room right now, AI.
I mean, okay, I guess you're right. I will concede that, Rob. There are some instances where using YouTube Shorts actually makes a lot of sense. And I can think of some as well, promotional things. And like I said before, the podcast actually uses them for different segments. If someone doesn't want to listen to an hour worth of conversation just to get a question answered, they could just watch the YouTube Short. I will concede that. It's 1-to-1. I guess it's down to deathmatch time. What's your final point?
Make YouTube Shorts because Rob Wilson said so. Feels pretty convincing to me.
That's a devastating blow for me. No, it's not. It's terrible. Nothing you say is going to change my mind on this, Rob. YouTube Shorts are great. And while we have seen creators grow and explode with growth using YouTube Shorts, I will always have a soft place in my heart, a nice warm spot in the little bit crusted over part of my heart for YouTube Longs. We're calling them Longs, ladies and gentlemen. Forget Shorts, we're Longs. Hashtag Long Nation. I want to see everyone who's watching this video in the comments section doing hashtag Long Nation. So what do you think? Who won? I think it was tied 1-to-1, but maybe I actually won. If you're smart, hashtag Long Nation, let me know in the comments below. And if you like content just like this, we got another video right here.